though. So far for XP lane heroes,
Prior, the Batang works as well.
Badang XP.
Yeah,
It's been a while though
it's been a while.
since we last saw that.
That's a hero that you could or probably didn't practice during scrims, but those are the type of heroes that you don't really
he doesn't
use,
have
right?
a choice.
But, yeah, he's gonna stick with Lapu here.
They went the safer
Okay.
route.
Yeah. Team Liquid Philippines, they need their gold lane, assuming the Glunox is in mid.
Yeah.
Which is likely gonna be the case anyway.
I think he just goes his Granger, honestly.
because we've seen it, just
Yeah, might need a bit more range also for a Team Liquid, since everyone has to be quite close up to their opponents. And of course, if you do have a bit more range, then that's when you can utilize the zoning best, because you could like complement or like supply some layer of poke against OINC. But they go Ruby!
They went Ruby Gold.
they went fighter.
So you mean fire with fighting fire with fire? Okay.
That's a pivot that Team Liquid Philippines is usually doing a lot of times in our playoffs.
Like, I wonder if Kelra goes fighter as well.
Yeah.
Gonna be a brawl match.
I Twisted TNC yesterday was already enough of a brawl match, but I wouldn't mind seeing another one today.
We can see one more.
You can see what's Kelra hovering.
Oh, is he actually?
He wants it.
He's pressing a what?
Is that gonna? Is that?
He's looking at an X-Borg.
It works on MPL Indo. I think Alter Ego played it before.
Yeah, they seem to be thinking really hard about this though.
He's hovering it.
He's hovering.
He wants it.
Come on. Come on, Kelra. You're gonna press it.
Oh, it's not!
He went the same pick.
He's gonna go for this Moskov. Moskov kind of dipped already in terms of the, in terms of the pickings. But hey, if it's Kelra who's using it, there could be a potential win.
But we were so close to seeing an X-Borg. I mean, that was really
good lead X-Borg.
Yeah, exciting if you would ask me. But this is, I guess, OINC just trying to really stick to what they're known for and trying to stick with comfort, I feel. It was already, to some extent, comfort that they did try to make work in game number 1, but I don't think there would or there should be any jitters this time around. This is where they should really start fighting back against Team Liquid Philippines.
And that is exactly what they're going to be doing. Coach Snap, thank you so much for your info. It's OINC and Team Liquid Philippines once again. Nice to Leo. Time to get the ball rolling.
And here we go to game 2. About to jump into the land of dawn. Team Liquid Philippines, man, after a dominant game 1, does OINC lean towards the comfort to bring game 2 under the belt and bring it to a 1-1. It's been nice to and Leo to bring you this one. Leo, what are we feeling? Is this the adjustment that OINC Philippines needed? Because let's be honest, man, they started off on the wrong foot in game 1, and it quickly snowballed out of control.
That was a wake-up call, and I think OINC should have been jolted up into form, and their draft speaks to that. I like how this draft is adjusted to be able to fight back. Again, I'm looking at a Valentina. Usually when it's picked that early, I'm a little iffy, but it can steal, and I'm offended. It can steal a Raging Sandstorm. It can steal a Black Dragon form. Prince woke up today and chose violence, and with this hero, he can wreak havoc.
He can, man. After the early first blood on the Kimmy in the previous game, I think Super Prince is one of those players that if he picks the Valentina, regardless of what order in the draft, you're like, okay, you know what, Super Prince. We've seen him do, respect, right? We've seen him do some crazy things on the Valentina just across the world in general. And he's got his pickings in terms of what ultimates he wants to go ahead and take from TLPH. And he's been pretty on point with deciding on the right ultimates for the right situations. Now looking into this too, you've got to be able to go ahead and point out the fact that this is a matchup where OHEB on the Ruby, that fighter gold lane, man, it's been popping up time and time again now. We've even seen the fighter versus fighter gold lane just yesterday. So OHEB versus Kelra here is going to be interesting because especially as the game goes on, that crowd control, that little bit of extra crowd control that this lineup that TLPH has might be deadly, especially for Kelra. So he's going to have to be like locked in. And again, that's why he has the Purify to kind of alleviate some of that pressure that he's got to deal with.
That might be. This is Liquid's MO. They want a team fight. They want to secure what they start off in these team fights, and they need crowd control to do that. OHEB, by picking a fighter gold lane, help do just that. Black Dragon form here by 40. Where's he going? Straight to the turtle pit, helping Carl to secure. And OINC looking to punish post-turtle.
Oh, they want to go.
Bravest fighter coming through, and a stolen Black Dragon.
Oh, and they're going to go. They take out Carl TZ. And SOD comes through too. They want this purple buff to capitalize more of the punishment. They're going to find it out anyway for this one.
Oh, the Sigma gets kicked out. King Kong can't commit. Grab that purple. He takes out 40. Sanji very low. Gets pushed back as JP holds the fort and keeps that purple in the brush for Carl to collect. OINC, great recovery despite missing out on the turtle, up by 500 gold.
Great response there. And again, that was Super Prince that took that Black Dragon form from Sanford. And he was like, you know what? We'll go ahead and use this, because Sanford used his just to kind of get out of there and then help secure the turtle. But it was Super Prince that made that happen, where they get the 2 kills under their belt. So really, they get this minor lead in their favor. King Kong gets a kill. Brusco himself, and I gotta say too, with the YSS in the hands of King Kong, getting an early kill is much better already than what we saw in the Joy, the previous game. Like, just because, again, Joy, when she falls behind, you're in this position where it's like you're just scrapping what you can, and he was, I mean, at one point he was 5,000 gold behind Carl TZ. Well, now he should be able to go ahead and control the pace on this YSS, hopefully leading into the next objective.
King Kong on a Chin, King Kong on a Haya, King Kong on a Lance. I would put my top 3 junglers of the season. But King Kong on the Joy, despite that being his hero, especially if you watched game 1, questionable. Better shape for the Super Fam right now, going into the second turtle, 30 seconds in, same spot.
Same spot right now too, and you know, this has been a hero of discussion as well. Sanji with the Lunox, man. I know even our panel, a couple times throughout our series last night, were like, what, why? Like, they didn't know how they felt about the Lunox.
Ruby, especially in the regular season. There was a time where that was all the hotness, but now it makes sense. Sanji's undefeated with his Lunox.
Yeah, and he's one of the few players that has that kind of stat point on that hero. And you can make it work. Again, it's great for going ahead and taking out some of the resources, whether it's the battle spells or ultimates from the opposing team. But then you can't deny the amount of burst potential that Lunox can provide as well. So the second turtle is up. You still got both gold laners on that side of the map. So OINC will hold this one here. King Kong holding on. He's just going to continue to farm up. I'm not sure if it's TLPH that's going to go ahead and be the ones to try to get OINC to respond to this.
Both teams have an equal chance to get it. Full contest. Sanford going around, looking for the back line. Carl TZ with a retribution. JP very low, gets the hell out of Dodge. A stolen Black Dragon form by Super Prince, zoning them out. The flicker from Kirk. No one falls. Close calls, though, on both sides as Liquid takes their second turtle.
Okay, a whole lot of nothing in that fight. It looked like it would break out into a fight, and then I guess just OINC didn't have the positioning that they were looking for.
Oh, went with a steal.
Yeah, a little bit of steal there. But, you know, still, you got to look at this gold lane and how this is going to transfer over here. It is Kelra that has that bit of a lead because of the fact that OHEB has been traveling up. Oh, hold on, Kelra.
Sanji got eyes on Kelra. Nowhere for the gold standard to go, but down.
Hey, goodbye gold, you know, goodbye gold lead that I was just mentioning. You know, I was going to say OHEB has had to go ahead and rotate towards those objectives. Well, then you just call in Sanji. You burst down Kelra. All he has is that Purify. He can't escape those 2 heroes. So now some pressure there too. Is actually going to get the tier 1 down to the bot. Super Prince taking some damage from Carl TZ with that Thorn Rose. That turret, tier 1, does fall now. So TLPH taking the first turret of the game.
What happened to OINC? It feels like in game 1 they were too proactive. And now with a hero like Valentina and the way that they're rotating, they can't help but be too reactive, and that keeps them both on their left toes. It's like a world championship dancer not knowing how to cipher.
2 left toes?
Left feet.
I was gonna say, it's kind of like wearing 2 left shoes, you know, at this point, because...
That's how it goes, yeah, that's the idiom.
Yeah, I like it, I like the idiom, you know, but OINC, I think what I would like to see them do is come up with a quick adjustment to this, man, because TLPH, they've done this time and time again, Leo. They get this bit of a lead, 2,000 up, and then next thing you know, you're down 8,000 gold against the Stampede. That can't happen here.
That seems to be Liquid's new flavor in the playoffs. They're very deliberate. They take it step by step. A cerebral approach to the game that we've yet seen them take so far in their career as world champions, as MSC champions, as defending champions of the league.
Prince, I'll go ahead and use the Brilliance here. So that's going to be expended. They do grab the purple. Brusco giving the information, but it's Carl TZ that's just starting up this third turtle. They make secure this one too.
Oh my God, Black Dragon form keeps King Kong at bay, holding back the rest of the Super Fam, and they're not done. Forcing a defensive AOG out of Brusco. Down goes Super Prince. Kurt's gonna follow through. 2 free kills for the Cavalry as they take 3 for 3.
Oh, and again, they're gonna go for this tier 1 mid. They want to continue to get the space advantage on the map. They're gonna dive.
Oh my God, the GOAT wants to take down the beast. Carl Teasy, a little too hot underneath that tier 3. Close call, get the hell out of Dodge.
I think Carl Teasy just likes doing that, man. He likes to go ahead and put him to the limits here. Sanji?
Uh-oh, SOD used defensively. Point blank, but there was backup there as Carl gets another.
As I just mentioned, Carl Teasy likes to touch the limits, and look at that. He was right there at the right moment to grab Kelra.
That is his #1 hero, despite all of the success on the Fredrin, on the Baksha, hell on the Akai every now and then. Carl Teasy says, my #1 favorite hero is still Lancelot. That is
Lancelot.
me.
Has he ever cosplayed Lancelot? Like, who have we ever seen Carl Teasy? Would he ever do that?
Nope. Carl
No,
Teasy has
he
only
wouldn't.
ever worn eyeliner. That is as far as
That's as
gets.
far as it's gone.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Maybe, you know, this Halloween...
Super Marco, though, that's a different story.
that is a different story right now. But again, TLPH, as I was saying, when they get that kind of lead, you see it already. It's ballooning even further. 5,000 now up. More turrets down. Pressure on this side of the map. Vonic, they're kind of struggling to really be able to find a moment here. Carl Teasy picks up a brute force breastplate. He's going into that defensive hybrid build, working really great for the Lancelots in the current meta.
It's a bruiser Lancelot.
It's a bruiser Lancelot.
You get away with so much, deal, you know,
a lot of damage.
A respectable amount of damage, and leave the opponent thinking like, how do we kill it?
I'd still call it big damn, man. Like, I mean, it's like you saw the amount of damage one Thorn Rose did to Super Prince or any of these, you know, squishier members of OINC.
That's the 5K gold deficit.
That's
They do find Daddy JP forcing a defensive Raging Sandstorm. In comes Sanford. Oh, so ready to defend his dad. Not his real dad, but you know,
his dad.
In-game dad. But
Yep.
that's a push down bottom. That was all for that tier 2.
It was all for that, and they knew that this load was over. They're gonna go for Sanford.
He's a half dragon getting caught by 3 members
No
of the
way.
Super Fam. Jumps into him, knocks him up, hits the petrify, and in comes the backup. Down goes King Kong, down goes Brusco, and it's all according to plan as Liquid decimate the Super Fam. Prince caught up behind enemy lines. Sanji gets him. 3 for none, going for the Lord.
The Super Fam gets run over by the Stampede. And with a dragon or not, Sanford made that happen. Again, confident enough to just say, hey guys, we got this. Oheb got there in time. With this Ruby, the crowd control's insane, and then they just capitalize off of it.
Joseph, that's the 6K gold lead you're looking at. The 3 members that Sanford was tangoing with did not have enough damage output to stop him on those warrior boots with the Oracle. I don't know if that blade armor was built already when he engaged, but it was just too much. Like, he survived.
He survived.
It was enough with the shot.
The Shaw Essence, man, the Petrify, everything. Like, he didn't need the Dragon form, like I was saying. It's just, they're overloading right now. This is just a perfect display of what we're always talking about with the Liquid Stampede. And they seem to almost refine it in a way for the playoffs. I don't know. It's so clean here. I know we saw a little bit of a rough patch for TLPH in the regular season, but now look at this.
Oh, look at that. A flicker. Raging Sandstorm. Animation cancel. Plus the Glorious Pathway. They take down Daddy JP right now for King Kong and Kalra. They're still inside the base. Down goes the turret. The Lord marching with them. This is a stampede of unprecedented intensity as Liquid go for the base. Super Prince left. The Cavalry are at match point.
Are you kidding me? 11 minutes game